Coming to you all the way from the city of Miami in the Sunshine State of Florida, bringing you the latest in the LGBTQ plus community, this is the FayWhat Show with your host, FayWhat!
Buenas noches, mi gente, and welcome to the FayWhat Show. FayWhat! So our show's mission is to entertain, educate, and unite our community with real-life topics in a safe, positive, and fun environment. Because together we win and divided we fall! You know it. All right, ya lo sabe. So our table topics are human topics. They're conversations that need to be had, and we aren't afraid to have them. No more being in the closet with what's important to us in the LGBTQ plus community, right? And we all know that visibility is everything for our community. We want to see our stories on the big screen. We want to see actors that look like us, you know? The real stories and a lot of our stories aren't pretty. You know, girl meets girl, girl shows girl a boob, and they stay together forever. That's not reality. Even though I think that happened to me once. Maybe. No sé. Anyway, so we will have that. We will be talking to, well, on today's show, we are excited to have with us the director and the star of the new LGBTQ film that really gives you, delves into the reality of the plight of our trans community. And, you know, they are the ones that are most in the news right now and the ultimate targets of hate and misunderstanding. And this movie gets right into that. So today we speak with director Miguel Miller, Mike Miller, and the star of the film Antonia, Jonny Atrocity. And we talk about about this fantastic film that needed to be made during these trying times. Then there's not a better way to end the show than with some laughter, right? You know, we gotta have our funny segment. And today's funny segment, you're not gonna want to miss the gayest pickup lines. Yep, I wrote them myself. No, I did not. All right, let's get started. Antonia tells the story of Antonia, a transgender sex worker with a troubled past. Antonia is forced to tell her story to the authorities, and that's where Detective Anna Frank comes into the picture. Retelling the events of the evening, she takes us on a ride of twists and turns that lead up to Antonia bloodied and beaten, and her client dead. Joining us today is director of Antonia, Miguel Miller. Miguel has developed a subtle yet nuanced and imaginative approach to the art of filmmaking. In the Dominican Republic, Miller instantly found an affinity to bringing images to life, evoking thought and emotion through them. He engages in all aspects of creating a film, from the story to characters to narrative. Miller's attention to detail and characteristically non-conventional approach to storytelling sets him apart as an accomplished filmmaker and someone that you definitely want to watch. Miguel Miller has years of experience working on over 100 film projects, and Antonia is his latest labor of love. Welcome to the show, director Miguel Miller.
Thank you for having me, Faye.
¿Cómo está, mi amor?
Contentísimo de estar acá. I'm super happy to be here. I'm super excited.
You're so cute. Thank you. You are. You know, we've got so much to talk about. Like, I've already told Miguel like 5 times to be quiet.
Yes.
So we're already like close friends, you know, because I only tell my friends to be quiet, right? It's like he's giving me so much juicy stuff that I need to share with you, you know. So I'm telling him like,
Okay, I'm right here. Just ask. I'm right
He's so handsome, isn't he handsome? Okay, also with us is star of Antonia, Jonny Atrocity. Jonny Atrocity is an actor, musician, born in Queens, whoop whoop, born in Queens, New York, and his love and passion for the arts started there in school. He's won a ton of awards, including excellence in both improv and the one act, She Never Saw Another Butterfly, as well as the All-Star Cast Member Award for the one act, She Kills Monsters. Let's welcome Jonny Atrocity.
Hey, thank you very much for having me. It's really exciting.
Hi, how are you? Look at that great voice that Jonny has. Hello. Thank you for coming on the show. I've got to tell you both that when I saw the trailer, I was really blown away. Like really blown away. And we will share the trailer with you guys at home in a couple of minutes. Miguel, vamos a empezar contigo, okay? Miguel, as the director, you're the one who holds the creative vision throughout, you know? Where did this all come from? I mean, like a movie like this needed to be made, but where did this stem from? I know it's a very sordid question, but
No. It's a very valid question. Most of my films come to me as dreams.
Dreams?
Yes, I dream them.
Okay.
Most of them I dream them. It's like.
So you dreamed of a transgender woman killing her John?
I dream of a transgender woman going through a very severe events.
Okay.
So then I took that. I wake up in the middle of the night and I write whatever I dream. And I'm normally not on those dreams. I mean, my dreams are mine, but these are not my dreams. These are stories coming through. So I write a sentence, and a lot of times they haunt me for a lot longer. So I keep writing and writing, and I wrote a whole synopsis for the film. I didn't think I was going to be able to make this film because it was very strong. It was very PG 17, 20, I don't know. And what was happening to her.
When was this?
This is literally 2 years ago.
Okay, also not long ago. Okay.
Not long ago. So I didn't think I was going to make it at all. I'm in the middle of editing another film that I shot in Mexico. It was wonderful. And I told them, I love this piece. I'm so connected to it. It's so tender and strong, and I'm madly in love with it, but it's so controversial that I don't think I can do it. And all of a sudden, I pitched it to a friend of mine who lives in Canada, which is a trans person as well. And he was like, oh my God, he was crying. He got involved immediately. And after I got the first actor cast, I figured, well, it might happen. Well, literally a week and a half prior to shooting, I lost him.
Wow.
Yes. But at that time, the team was already formed. And we have everybody, or most of the players, except the young actor that was going to play Antoni as a kid.
Okay.
We were not finding that. I mean, we were having doors knock on our faces, literally. When we mentioned LGBTQ plus film, parents think, oh, my kid's going to be raped. And we got that over
not
and over
funny
again.
at all, but it's like you
Yeah.
know, like the extreme that some people some people might take when it comes to something LGBTQ.
It was tough. So it was hanging over the production for a long time. And at one point I said to my team, guys, we had to shoot principal photography. Those flashbacks, we're going to handle them when it comes. I mean, when I find the right person, the right actor, we'll do that. And sure enough, it came. Lolo came on board, and I told the parents and I explained, this is the topic, this is what we're going to be dealing with. I will direct this kid in the best way I know how, and I promise you I will treat him with as much respect as he needs to. And of course, I'm following the guidelines of the SAG award. I mean the SAG. So I'm making sure that everything is done the way it needs to be done. You know, the kid needs to be on set for less than 6 hours. Parents need to be there at all time. Mm-hmm. The communication between the actors needs to be within 7 feet away. But furthermore, what I did was I told them I'm not going to discuss this topic with the kids. This is a very personal, private topic that is for parents to discuss. I will fish for the emotions that I need from them.
Wow.
And that's how I approached the topic when I had to direct the kid. When I had to direct Johnny, well, that was a lot different.
Johnny strikes me as the kind of person that, you might give some insight to, right? But you're not going to completely direct, Johnny, you've got to, Miguelito was telling me behind the scenes about how you came to pass, how initially they had trans actors, because I was blown away by the fact that you're not even, you're an ally, you love us, but you're not LGBT. Yeah. You are a straight boy from Queens.
Pretty much, exactly. Yeah, I was totally enamored with the project when I first heard about it. It was actually my acting teacher who was friends with Miguel, who basically told me, hey, there's this director and he has this film he wants to do. And she basically gave me the script. Not the script, but like a little portion of a synopsis from the script. And I was like, okay, I'll look it over. And I remember just falling in love with it because I thought to myself, like, one thing as an actor, I absolutely love to portray a complex role. And I feel that this was very much that type of role. It's not just someone who faced, so much oppression that, it's just like a character emotionally driven story, but it's also a very investing character too, that I thought, some people out there really need to see this character because this isn't at all, what Hollywood or, I'd say most media portrays these people, and it's an important film, and I knew that when I looked at it, and I was so happy that I got to, be a part of it all.
Did you think that when you auditioned for Miguel, did you think you were going to get it? Because Miguel didn't even know if you were going to get it.
Honestly, I said, this is totally out of my realm. I mean, I played as a gay character once when I was doing like a play for my school, and that was the closest I've ever gotten to that, and I loved it. And I thought, it was a great experience, and it was challenging for me as a straight person because, when you're doing things as an actor, you have to do everything absolutely breathing, thinking, articulating as that character. It needs to be real. And if someone doesn't feel it's genuine or they don't feel like they connect, they can tell right off the bat, and it's not a good experience. So I think I did it really well with that role. Coming into this one, I had that little bit of confidence, but I was still like, this is totally a gamble for me, honestly. But
Miguel, were you worried about giving this trans role to a straight, hetero man? In this day and age, visibility is everything, right? Yes. Visibility is so important for our community. And, the plight of the trans community is huge. It's everywhere. It's always on TV, from trans rights to, everything that it entails. Were you afraid of the backlash of that?
Part of it, yes. I wanted the trans community to be invested in it, so I wanted to invest myself in the community as well. And I auditioned a few trans for the role. Because Jonny came, I already had the role it was a trans person that was going to do it. Mm. And when I had to recast the role, I was worried. I was really worried because as I auditioned a few other candidates that were really good, there's a few things that I look in an actor when I audition them. Number one, this person has the skills. Number two, can he become the character even though he has the skills? Number three, can I direct this person? Is it directable to me? Can my language speak to this person? Mm-hmm. And Jonny has two of those. He was trained. He has a certain amount of skills that were perfect for an actor. I saw the ability to become it. An actor needs to lend his body almost for a character to live in it. And I saw directability. I could direct him. I didn't see Antonia because Jonny was very masculine, bush kind of guy. And I told my partner, I don't know if he has enough time to do this.
To unbutch himself.
He needs to allow Antonia's come through it. And she's been through so much. I need for her to be real. Yeah. I don't want this actor to act there. I want this actor to lend his body throughout. And I think first time, I tried to I don't know if I gave him the heels or something to try the heels on because Antonia was working on heels the whole movie. Mm-hmm. I think if either fail or something happened, it was not that good. And I said, okay, but he has the skills. I don't know if he has the time. He has the skills. He really has a technique that I can communicate with.
He just needed the time to learn how to walk in heels. Oye, no es fácil.
So next time I spoke to Jonny was walking on heels, like better than my mom. Ah! And I said, wow, he is going to put the work. He's going to work at this. So I found a trans person that I love so much. She's not with us right now in the production, but she was able to allow him to shadow her.
Oh, beautiful.
A little bit. And then Jonny went above and beyond and then started asking more other than shadowing her and investigating more. And when he did all of that within days, I said to the rest of the crew, Antonia will become alive.
Antonia is alive and will be alive through Jonny. Jonny, I have to ask you about that. This movie really gets into the dark side of workers and also, the plight of a trans woman. I know that you had the blessing of being able to shadow the friend. What else did you do to prepare for this role? Because like como dijo Miguel, you're lending your whole entire body, spirit, and soul to become somebody you're not. Farthest from what you are is this role, Jonny.
Yes, exactly. And it took exactly like Miguel said, my entire body went into it. I mean, just from right from the start, as soon as he told me, hey, we're going to do this now, and you're on to the project now, I said, okay, I'm going to go home. I'm going to do all my homework. I was talking to as many people as I could, watching as many resources as I could online, reading articles, trying to learn more about this community that I was trying to portray myself to be in, because it's not just enough to be the character really, but you have to actually know where you're coming from as that character living in that sort of space. And to create that space for me in my head to be pretty much knowledgeable on what was going on in the world and what could possibly motivate my character to do certain things, that helped me a lot in discovering myself as Antonia, and to fully transform into that. I also went through a lot of physical changes. I had to, of course, like Miguel said, I learned how to walk in heels, so I was practicing that all day in my room. And I would go out. I'd even go to my acting classes just in heels, just to impress everyone, and to also like really get a good feel about it, because I'm really extreme. I like to take it extreme, and I like to really push myself and do more than I have to.
That is dedication right there, Johnny. How I was watching this. I don't know if you watched the documentary from Val Kilmer. Did you see it? Incredible stuff. And they were, he taped everything. He loved to record himself. And you would see when he would get into a character, he became that character where his wife was like, whoa, How did the people around you react to you becoming Antonia?
It was definitely a visible difference in me. When I had first got on, I had to lose some weight as well, because like Miguel said, I needed to look a lot slimmer and a lot less, husky. And I had just been going to the gym for a couple months, so I was like, okay, I got to find a way to lose some weight. So I think I managed to lose about 10 pounds or so by a week later. And I was dieting very heavily. I was doing cardio. I was basically just doing as much as I could to try to shrink my size down, and to also try to learn to articulate my body movements in a more feminine, more sort of free dancer-like way too, because it's important, since part of my role was also that I, work in a strip club when I'm not at night being, pimps to go and do other things too. I have to actually embody the dancer sort of body and the dancer sort of feeling, and that's something that has to translate to the screen. I knew that. So I was just working with my body a lot, and people around me could say, oh, hey, you're looking a little thinner, and some of my more judgmental friends, let's say, that aren't my friends anymore, I kind of got a lesson, I'd say, in who my real friends were at the time. It was very polarizing in certain ways in my social life. Some people didn't want me to do this role for, either religious reasons, where I was like, hey, I can't blame you for that, but I'm just gonna have to love you from a distance. And then of course there were many people who were just absolutely enamored and absolutely excited and still continue to support me. And it's been a crazy journey, honestly, but it's been a wonderful journey. Really wonderful.
It sounds like it, and it sounds like you are definitely an ally. Were you an ally before you played this role, Johnny?
Yes, definitely. I remember even in high school, I would go to in my senior year, I would go to I think it was called the Gay Straight Alliance Club. And I remember, especially in high school, kids were all like, oh, what's that? And I told my friends, no, I'm going to the Gay Straight Alliance Club. I'm not even gay, I'm straight. So we're just go there to hang out. And I would do as much as I could just to, be around people and learn.
Well, we need more of you, and now you've basically something that most straight people don't get are not allowed to do. You walked in our shoes for a certain amount of time. Do you feel, especially like you losing some of your friends and stuff like that? That's something that me and Miguel can, are. It's like Tuesday for us. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're used to go. I always say that. We don't just come out one time in the gay community. We're constantly coming out. We've got to come out every time we start a job, every time we meet somebody new. It's a constant coming out process. And it's not always pretty. As you saw by some of your friends, do you regret any of that?
Definitely not. I'd say if I had to do it again, I'd do it a million times over, because everything that I do in life, no matter what, always leads me to be who I am today. And I feel no matter what, I'm always the best version of myself. But if I hadn't have had this movie, I wouldn't have known what it truly, to a degree, feels like to be able to internalize these feelings of rejection and not understand quite why someone would do that just for making a choice or not making a choice, or discovering something that about yourself that you find you like for example, you can see I have my nails painted. That's something I picked up from the character, actually, just because I decided, hey, I like my nails painted black. Doesn't mean I'm gay, but means I like them painted. And
Yeah,
that
no,
was also
and
a
that
controversial thing too at a time.
was it really? Why?
uh I get that even sometimes now, but not as often. Sometimes it's compliments, honestly. Some women love it. They're like, hey, I love the nails. I'm like, thank you. But some people, they're like, it's more like a, I guess, confusion at first, maybe, because I think that's where most of this stems from, is from ignorance, really. It's usually, why did you do that? Why do you paint your nails that way? Instead of really what the question is, does it make you happy? Is it harming anyone? No, it's not. So, things like that, little tiny things that aren't really a big deal, but other people, they tend to make those things a big deal. And even though I had to put up with some of that, and I still do today, honestly, I just find that the more I express myself, the more I become free in whatever way that I choose to express, the more happy I feel. And that's
very
really all
true.
that counts.
That's very true. And I feel like taking Johnny's words and like taking Johnny and putting him in tarima at Gay Pride so he can say all these words to everyone, because it's just so, it's so true. Everything that you said, what a blessing to be able to get this and feel this and know this, You know what? Let's watch the trailer. I'm going to come back and talk some more with Miguel and Johnny. All right. So here is the trailer to Antonia.
It was going kind of boring until I saw him. He had no idea who I was.
You knew him?
We could say we had a history.
Anthony.
Antonia. My name is Antonia.
I'm not your enemy.
It's okay. Don't be scared.
If you don't fight for yourself, no one else will.
What do you know about fighting for your life, detective?
Who are you talking to? Do I know you?
You have got to tell me why you killed him.
Got your placard? Or your gun?
Was it in self-defense? Your fingerprints are all over the room and on the murder weapon.
I reached out for the gun. I wanted to end it.
Please help me recreate the scene.
Wow, right, viewers? Like, wow. I mean, it's like it's like you had like a whole team of trans women consulting, and they all were like, no, it needs to be darker. No, she needs to look like she went through more. No. I mean, it's like, she's got to move her body a certain way. Like, what was the hardest part of this whole thing?
I think shooting two of the scenes. The first one, the physical part of the movie where Antonia is assaulted, because it's also sexual. And whenever you shoot a sex scene, I'm scared. I'm super scared.
Scared why? Because you want to make sure that it comes out authentically, or because of other reasons?
That plus I'm exposing my actors.
Okay.
I'm a director's actor. I live for them. I treasure them. I value them very much. And I'm asking them to do things that are out of their comfort, and it's things that could be taken out of context easily. So I want to protect them as much as I can.
Of course.
Then also the physical aspect of it too. It was violent. It was very violent, and I needed to protect them that way. So when I had to shoot that scene, I was the one that shot it. I got everybody out of the room, and I wanted to be very organic, and I wanted to be at their comfort level. So shooting the scene, and I'm not a person that cry much. I remember myself not being able to see well because tears are coming down my eyes.
Wow.
And I don't want to cut it, and I know I can't cut it, but I'm emotionally invested.
So you're shaking?
And
You're
yeah, I'm
trying to
shaking,
keep it
and I
together?
can see well because my tears, my eyes are completely, I'm like crying.
Wow.
And then part of me don't want my actors to see me that way. So that was very difficult to shoot, incredibly difficult to shoot. Then the part when I'm shooting the kids, because once again, this is innocence at their mask. And
Yes.
my job as a creator is to protect them. As a leader is to inspire everybody else behind me. So that was tough. That was tough because I did not want to expose them to things that they were not supposed to be exposed. And I told the parents they need this set with a learning experience, an enlightening experience, not a disappointment. And that was very difficult to shoot too. Very, very difficult.
Did Johnny, were you able to spend some time with little you?
No, unfortunately, I didn't. I really did want to, though.
But I love that as a responsible. I'm going to make sure that this is done correctly, respectfully, making sure that everybody knows their place, but also getting that organic feel that you needed on film.
Correct. And I know how difficult this was for them. Johnny and David, with David LeBlanc, was the second person that came on board. It's just an incredible, talented actor from Florida. It's been everywhere, from music videos to just literally everywhere. And he was the second person that was, oh my gosh, I had to be here. And he became a producer for the film too. And David and Johnny, I said to them, this needs to be very personal. This needs to be at your comfort level, both of you. So I don't want to do a lot of rehearsals for this. I want you guys to go with it as you feel it and to your comfort level. If you feel that it's not organic, I'm gonna cut it.
Yeah.
At the moment it doesn't feel real, I'm cutting it. And the thing about retakes for an actor when he's a method actor is difficult because the next time you see them acting. But when an actor becomes, it becomes once. And they give it to you once. And then the rest is just covering the scene. So, but I came out of that scene and I remember we're shooting all night long. We finished like at 6 a.m. in the morning. Literally we shot all night long. And I'm still shaking. I'm emotionally invested. And the whole process of making this film, I when I'm making movies, I don't have all the necessities. I don't eat and I don't sleep much. So I'm sleeping 2-3 hours a day.
So no eating, no sleeping, no sex during a movie.
No, not for Miguel Miller. I mean, there's drink coffee and whiskey. So they bring in that constantly to me. But at one point, my partner says, we had to do something because you're not giving your body what it needs.
Yes.
And you have to do these things. The funny part is that when I'm creating, I'm the sharpest. So I'm
You're alert, you're focused, you're there, you're present.
At every little thing, at every little decision, because I'm in charge of all this executive decisions. So it made it easier to have someone like Johnny, like David, like Karen, my other lead actress, which was incredible. It made it easier because these type of actors don't need a lot of work. They become the character and they give it to you. They give everything there is. And because we're so inspired with this movie, it was easier. Which once again, like I said at the beginning, I never thought in a million years I was gonna get people that invested in the film.
And you did, but you know why? Because of you, because of your heart, because of your passion. Am I correct, Johnny? Right? Because it's just, I just sitting here, I'm like, I wanted to be part of this movie.
Oh, without him, there would be nothing. Yeah, everything it definitely goes out to his wonderful, absolute brilliance with how he films.
Johnny,
It was
was there
truly
a
inspiring
moment?
being on set.
Was there ever a moment during this that you said, man, maybe I'm not the right person for this. Maybe I can't do this.
Definitely. I think the night I had left his house after the audition, I had excitement. And then I finally got the script and I was like, okay, so I'm going to lose this much weight in a week. I'm going to learn this entire script in a week. And I have to walk in high heels. And I have to talk more feminine, move more feminine. And I got to basically just culturally shift my entire brain around. And
That's
I was
it.
just like, okay, that's not a big deal. No, I was absolutely terrified. I was just like, oh my God, what did I sign up for? Like, this is way too much for me. And there's just not enough time. But I got through. And then in between, that week, we were also doing like he said, the costume, we're getting that stuff together. And then I'm making frequent visits to discuss everything with him and make these sort of plans happen before the filming began. And it was a bit of a stressful time in my life, especially because I had lost my job too, and so I had that hanging over my head, and I just had so much stress. But once I got on set, and an hour into it, I was like, okay, this is going to happen. This is going to work. I felt immediately comfortable about it.
And it shows. It shows on screen. It really does, Johnny. It really, really does. I've got to real quick. Tell me, you are being looked at. Well, you've been already You've gotten a couple of awards for this movie already. What a blessing!
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Oof. I didn't think I was going to put it in the festivals.
You didn't even think you were going to make this movie. Sorry.
No, I was not going to do the festivals, and my team was like, we have to do the festival routes.
Well, what people don't know, it's very expensive to do the festivals. You've got to pay like a boku amount of money to show your film at these festivals. So let's say.
I said, well, if we're going to do the festival route, we're going to do it my way. We're not going to do the big film festivals. We're going to do the ones that are our level. I feel like I'm this level, and I want to be with people that are my level.
Okay.
So I decided to go with small film festivals that were inclined to look at the work, and I don't want to sound mean, because I understand why festivals do what they do. I respect it. It's a business, and I do respect it, very much so. But when a festival receives 50 submissions, they don't have the manpower to watch all those submissions. So they're going to go on to the one they have faith in it, because faith is popular and famous, and they know they're going to have a full house. So I understood that, and I respect it. I'm not budging that. So I started that way. I said, I'm going to submit it to the ones that are going to actually look at the work. And then it started happening, and we started getting an acceptance. And it took me by surprise at first. And then we started winning. I mean, we've been in 21, 22 film festivals. We won 8, 9 of them.
That's amazing.
The last one, we were able to show the movie at the famous TCL Chinese Theater in LA, and it's just gigantic screen, gigantically beautiful, and
incredible sound.
With incredible sound, because we did it 5.1, and we make sure that everything was prestige, well done. And I'm looking at my film, or our film, and I'm thinking, oh wow, this is Antonia. Antonia is there. And you feel like a proud papa. You feel that invigorating, because it's my child, it's my daughter, and I want to make sure she has that transcendency. So we thought, it doesn't get any bigger than this. This is good. I mean, we have this gigantic theater with all these fantastic people. And then we go to the award ceremony, and we are nominated for Best Writer-Director for LGBTQ plus film. And the award is going on. It started like at 5 o'clock, and it's already 11 o'clock, and they haven't called my nominations. I'm ready to go. And then they finally call it, and we end up taking that statue.
Wow.
And it was as magical as making it. Not because of taking it or because of the recognition, because Antonia as a movie deserves that recognition.
Antonia deserves to be on that screen. Big time.
We went through so much to make it. Like Johnny said, he has not telling you all the things that I made him do. At one point when we were doing custom rehearsal, and I'm having to do the walk, and I'm having him do all the stuff that I forced him to do. I didn't force him to do it, but I knew I needed to prove that he could actually do it. I brought him into a strip club in costume, and I said...
And that's where I just let rein with my method acting.
I said, sir, and I never referred to him as a sir. When he was in costumes, he was always Antonia, so he was always a lady to me. I said, young lady, I need to see Antonia. I'm not going to leave, and I'm going to leave you here with your partner, which was the character, Nashia, the lady that plays his best friend. I said, you two are going to be in character. You're going to be Antonia, and if you're not Antonia, I will know, because I'm going to leave spies behind. So I left him there. And you don't know this, Johnny, but there was nobody watching.
I think I didn't matter, because I ended up spilling the beans once I got home anyway. Like, oh my God, Miguel, guess what I did? You would not believe how many guys I was dancing with. It was crazy. Like,
and I said, you had to be in character. At any moment you lose it, I will know.
Yeah.
So I had her do so much just to prove to me that she could bring her to life because she is so important. Then I need to make sure she comes organic and real.
And she did.
He didn't disappoint,
Yep.
not a single time, not once.
Listen, I'm a firm believer that this movie needed to be made. I'm so glad that you were the one to do it. I know you've gotten some hate because of this as well, because it comes with our community. You know, I get, hey, keep on sending me hate, people. That means you're watching my show. Go for it. I get hate all the time from non-LGBTQ people, and it's ignorance, just like Jonny is so eloquently stated. You know, is it worth it? All that hate?
It is. When we first went viral with those hates, the team came over and says, "Oh my gosh!" And a couple of team members like, "What do we do? This is so horrible." And the logical part, the filmmaker part, that we went to school and we know any comments is good comments. So yes, and I'm inspiring them. It's like, please don't worry. It's good. It's good. Just stay focused. That happened until I read. And I went to the page and I read. And I know now what it feels like to be a parent and have a child
Bullied. Yes.
My heart just, it was crushed. The amount of things that I read and the things that were said in the way they were said by people that don't know the film, that didn't take the time to read, not even read it because they're just looking at a trailer, not even the trailer. I'm sure none of them didn't watch the trailer. It was horrible. I started writing and a person says, the crew could not write anything. Just let it all happen.
Yeah, you can't.
Let it all happen. It's very wise to say, don't be emotional about it. I gotta tell you, it's my child. So I am emotional about it.
Of course.
I want to protect it. I want to defend her. I want to be by her at all time. And it hurt. It really, really hurt. Now I'm fine. Well, somewhat. Because I still want to protect her. I couldn't read most of it. I still had to stop reading.
Did you read any of it, Jonny?
I wasn't even really aware. No.
It's better off that way.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I try to just just keep the opinions of those who matter to me close. That's all.
Very well said. Very well said. You know, we're used to that. And I hate to say that we're used to that in our community, but we are. You know, we take the good with the bad. We kind of expect the bad and then flourish when the good stuff happens. So I am flourishing in all the wonderful things that are happening with you and Antonia. Jonny is freaking incredible.
Yes,
like you hit it right on the mark with him. It's like seeing him in the trailer and then seeing him now. It's like, wow, te lo comiste. Like, it's just incredible. The casting is superb, and you, my friend, are an incredible human. I just want you to know that. So Antonia's South Florida premiere is September 25th at the Gateway Theater. Get your tickets, be there, support our community. I'm gonna be there, Jonny's gonna be there, Miguel's gonna be there, the whole crew of FayWhat's gonna be there. Thank you, Miguel, for being here with me today. Thank you, Jonny, for being you, for being incredible, for being a wonderful. We need to clone you, like make like 15 of you, para que tú sepa. So if you feel a little pinch at night, don't worry. If Miguel goes and cuts a little piece of your hair, don't worry. I just need it for something. Don't worry. Make sure you follow them both on social media. Claro, of course. Make sure you follow them both on social media. That will be up on your screens, and support his movie. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But now you're stuck with me because I have another segment and you're gonna stay here for it. Are you okay with that?
I'm super cool.
All right. Thank you, Jonny. Thank you for being with us today, honey. I can't wait to meet you at the end of the month. You are superb, and this is Oscar worthy. Just to let you people know, Oscar worthy. So keep your eye on Antonia and Jonny Atrocity, and of course Miguel Miller. So, you know, FayWhat prides ourselves on talking about whatever. You know, nothing is off limits. Not for the serious, you know, but for all the seriousness, there has to be some laughter too, right? We have to laugh because laughter cures everything, you know? And today it's all about the gayest pickup lines. Now, these are so cheesy that they're great. These are the lines that I would use if I was a gay boy, which I sometimes really think I am. Like, for real. If it wasn't for anatomically that I'm not, I really think I'm a gay boy. Anyway, numero uno. Number one. My name isn't Elmo, but you can tickle me anywhere you want. And I mean anywhere. Man, nobody's ever used that one on you?
No. know.
Miguel's like, I can't take it. Number 2. Dude, I'm an American Express lover. You shouldn't go home without me. Bueno, you better make sure that it's a black American Express. Sí, ese es el punto. Okay, just to let you know. Number 3. Do you sleep on your stomach? No? Can I? You little dirty boy. Well, he asked nicely, right? I mean, come on. Number 4. I wish you were a door so I could slam you all day long. Pam, pam, pam. It's one of my favorites right there. Number 5. Do you work for UPS? I thought I saw you checking out my package. Or my packages. Number 6, you've got 206 bones in your body. You want one more? Want. Okay, in case you didn't get the reference, right? Bone means penis. Okay, all right, got it. All right, just want to make sure that you got it. All right, number 7, you must be the limp doctor because I've got a stiffy. Swing. Number 8, if it's true that we are all what we eat, then I could be by you in the morning. Why wait? Just go there now. Anyway, that was the funniest gay pickup lines. Woohoo! If you have an idea or a story that you'd like to share, we want to hear all about it. Cuéntanos, and it might be featured in one of our upcoming segments. Send them our way on our Instagram page at FayWhat YouTube or email us at info@faywhat.com. So, what a great show. I have to thank our guests, Miguel Miller and Jonny Atrocity, for being incredible. I did not expect that interview to go so well. Like, I love them both so much now. And those behind the scenes, we can't do what we do without them. I mean, none of this is possible without my producer director, Luis Flores, and our assistant director, project manager, David Fernandez, that makes sure that I look like this. It takes a lot of work to look this cheap. He said that, not me. And all of you for letting us do our thing every single week. You bring us into your homes, you bring us into your phones, and we so appreciate that. Join us next week because we'll have another great show. And don't forget to share, subscribe, and like us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So listen, trans rights are human rights. The hate spewed by those Tucker Carlsons on Fox, it's really dangerous. Trans rights have been at the forefront of daily news. Why? Because it's the most marginalized group in our acronym of LGBTQ+. They're trying to get us where it hurts. We must educate the masses. Movies like Antonia do that. I spoke to a few guests right here that admitted to not knowing enough. Why is that? Because of fear? Because of laziness? Whatever it is, this must stop. If we are unified, as much as we were for Free Britney, then our trans brothers and sisters wouldn't be assaulted and killed every freaking day. Go educate yourself. Don't be ignorant, all right? We're too smart in our community to be ignorant. We've come too far. Yo soy FayWhat. Thank you for allowing me to be me every single week. I am sending you love, peace, and happiness. Los quiero. Stay gay.